The Origins is a free 5-day immersion starting January 21st, 2023. Day 1, setting the stage. Discover how to utilize the elements to set your foundation. Calling in an elemental being for protection, being centered, open, and closing space. Day 2, gift and purpose. Merging with the elements, we can discover our gift and our purpose, releasing what no longer serves us, recognizing our authentic self, being a conduit by connecting to our higher self, our Sira, and more. Along with incorporating the Chinese New Year, the Year of the Water Rabbit. Day 3, connecting the subtle and the elemental, the energetic centers, the elemental realm as doorways, gathering information on the highway, working with the centers to figure out the elements that creates our current threads. Day 4, the cosmic soup bowl, adding in the planets, the otherworldly messengers to be the star that we are, the magical being that resides within, along with their association with the subtle energetic centers, and so much more. Day 5, discovering the path, awakening your prime directive, your inner genius to live your purpose, being ignited in the flow, a conduit while allowing for transformation, your personal medicine that you are offering the world. Being able to log in here at club.tonyad.tv/login and watch the replays, explore the goodies inside your own personal library. My wish for you is that through each day you awaken the spirit that resides within you. Through seeing yourself with vital eyes, life transforms, passions ignited through the information superhighway, awakening the spirit. Save your spot and activate your portal at club.tonyad.tv/rise, and I will see you.
I did it again. Welcome to, well, I should say, Inshallah and Ashe, energetic beings, ready for I would call it a whimsical Wednesday, but it's a wizardry Wednesday. It's the Wedame Wednesday. I know I am. With that, while we're waiting for people to hop onto this live stream or listen to the replay, apparently I need more coffee. I've already done 2 podcast episodes. I'm telling you, this is the season this year. But really taking a breath and a pause. So you may feel the mental clarity, excelling to higher grounds today, maybe getting an octave, a message from the other world. What is that? Usually it's our inside voice. It's how we talk to ourselves, those inside conversations, even how we think about ourselves. But this is excelling to a more loving, maybe eccentric, heart-centric even, the way of communicating. Maybe we're getting a little frazzled messages or something. But it's the end game. On the end of it, it's attracting a more loving, elevating conversations into our energetic field, possibly scrubbing or cleansing the causal field, if you will, of all the debris of the things that we say to ourselves. So our mind may be seeing all these particles, these energies at play in our world. Why? Because the goddess of the night is dancing with the god of the ocean and the galaxy and Neptune. So pretty juicy stuff happening. And our soul's harmonic, Jupiter, is also aligning with our heart, just smashing it. It's like we are crushing it, the optimism with the voice inside of us. So it's time to be optimistic. With that, welcome to today's Daily Snippet. Once again, I am your host. And if you are new to my show, my channel, I'm a practicing holistic shaman, medium, an otherworldly life coach, and a subtle energetic surgeon. I do go by the term holistic Sha medium, which is a choreography of merging all of this together. And my intention is to utilize the indigenous technologies, the elemental realms, if you will, the essence of our divine blueprint, our gift and purpose, navigating our soul's harmonic, our personal seed sound even, through these realms, elemental, imaginal, otherworldly, through the shaman's portal, a gateway, generally through the 8th energetic center, the cosmos, with these subtle realms, and really so much more, with offerings, prescriptions, and ritual, which is food for the soul, the otherworldly kind, generally. Actually, it's not. It's about getting back to the origins. Ritual is something I feel like we've gotten away from. Community ritual, conversations, stuff like that. Really just to add to our sauce, our main stage ingredients, if you will. Within our personal container and outside of us, those ingredients, it really is our personal medicine, our prime directive, our gift and purpose. If we're living it, just discovering and navigating the inner genius, our personal medicine. Really, for me, it's the star I believe we all are. Maybe reintroducing you to the magical being, opening a door to your new essence that resides within you so your light shines even brighter as we go through time and space. My name is Tonya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. And if you have yet to subscribe to my channels, please do. YouTube, where you're tuning in. And also Musing with Tonya D, my podcast. The theme this year is the season of the witches, and it's been great. I just want to say that. The season of the witches. But we are in the vibration elevation, the eccentric innovation, the energy of magic included, because we're in the season of an 23, which is a nature magic transformation, all the eyes upon us, if you will. Maybe we need a sweep so we are seen for a change. It's the energy of that magic that we're all in. It's our unique divine blueprint, thumbprint. It is also the I am presence. It's unique and individual to each and every one of us. Our divine magic, or your divine magic, is unique to you, as my divine magic essence is unique to me. If you're not sure what I'm even talking about, Change Your Stars is an online offering that I have. I cover this and really so much more, just navigating in the fields, opening your eyes to a different way of seeing things and navigating the earth plane, the earth school. And with that, I love to give a shout out to the new peeps entering my village, my community. Thank you for assisting me in growing my channel. Blessings, blessings. Oh, I just realized I got my witchy broom necklace on. But I always like to give validation, a voice of acknowledgement. I hear you, I see you. To my new friends, my new guests arriving to my show, new subscribers, basically. I just have other terminologies. And also those of you that have been a part of my show, my journey, my adventure since the beginning. It really does take a village, a tribe. Again, gratitude and blessings to all of you that tune in, and also those of you that listen to the replay later as well. And if you don't mind, of course, hitting the bell button and the white rabbit button. That's kind of what I see that button as. Follow the white rabbit. Hit that button as well. And do remember a comment if you feel you are in need of a message. Sometimes we do need a messenger out there that's outside of our field that delivers. Sometimes I just do that organically. Sharing is just another way of paying it forward, and a gratitude blessing. Have a blessing bowl on your desk to admire the blessings. You can also find me, of course, on other channels, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Just remember, I am your otherworldly shamanic assistant practicing. You are your own healer navigating the thread waves here. But sometimes we do need an otherworldly life coach to get us out of our own way, myself included. I do have people in my village really to get us out of our own magical way. And the daily snippet, what is this all about anyway? It's the cosmic insights, it's the planets, how we navigate them, the elementals, the 4 pillars, the elemental realm, along with the subtle energies, the chakras, the energy centers, the meridians, and all things, the channels, the auric fields, which I feel like need some dusting right now. That's been happening a lot, along with a message for our day. But being in the season of Aquarius, we are really elevating and innovating. Maybe we're even getting a wake-up call, transmissions. Lots of mystical, magical things are happening for us if we get out of our own way, myself included. But being that we have entered the season of Aquarius, we're like moving right in. And being that we are in this interdimensional kind of overdrive, our mind is in this cosmic looping, if you will. It's setting us up for some otherworldly, random transmissions, adventures, possibly intellectual one, higher mind ones, where our mind may just jump down, possibly go down the rabbit hole, not following the white rabbit. So you may want to take some time and some space, take a breath and a pause, and literally step back, step sideways, I don't know, step into a new field to be and allow your mind to be free, to roam free of worldly responsibilities in the choreography. So the objective is to discover a new mental perspective of how you think of yourself, mental clarity. It's the administration channel. It's the solar plexus that's in line with this choreography today. It's our mental approach we often take within ourselves, coming from the assumption, I almost said the assassination, pointing to or a different given outcome. So this is the end result of the mental programming that occurs over space and time, of having that repetitive negative looping, usually cyclical thinking that goes on in the loop. So you may have come from a space or a place of an idea, which happens a lot, that you're unworthy, and then that points us in the direction or gives us this idea, sensation, that we're never going to have enough, scarcity mindset. So this type of choreography, this cryptic kind of thinking and even assuming, it really brings us to the conclusion. It's the type of kind of bias or prejudice that we are looking to uncover and redirect, course redirect, kind of like mapping, a new energy, frequency, vibration. So the key to get into the doorway, to access this doorway, to find the right pathway to think, is to use our heart, the core, to redirect. It's not very loving to think that we are unworthy or even unnecessary, that we don't matter, right? It's not loving to think we will never have enough. So that's the scarcity. But the heart carries this enlightenment, this otherworldly perspective. So it's time to really hold the line of faith, the keynote, trusting the universe in all the things, whether it's your work, your career, your relationships, the past, even your health, literally all of the things that are entering the stage into the future here. Wisdom, even, that we may have gained through the experience. Sometimes we see things as a mistake, but it's really an opportunity in all of the things. So what do? We interview the heart. Sit with your heart, conscious space, and reconsider the conversations that you talk to yourself, the voice inside. What are the messages that you say to yourself on a day-to-day or hourly thing? That's why I've been holding the note of I am doing great, and I've moved that to I am doing fantastic, upcycling the thought paradigm for myself. That's how we talk to ourselves. And if we talk positively, it starts actually integrating differently. So really find the key, the access point to the most loving approach and thoughts to yourself. So with that, just a few announcements. We're in the interseason still between the seasons on the earth. Reclaiming Your Inner Sorceress with Sasha Lipskaia. Love her last name. The Inner Sorceress. That's like, are you listening to your inner sorceress? A new episode on the Musing with Tonya D podcast pops out tomorrow. It's kind of a nomadic time manager, if you will, with Becca Rich. She's a holistic time manager. Totally amazing. If you have issues registering or managing time. And the Rising of the Origin. Yesterday was like the kickoff. So be sure to register for that. The portal is open. Replays are in there. Saturday, I'm going to incorporate the Chinese Yin Water Rabbit as part of this immersion as a bonus at I chose 1 p.m. for that one. Don't quote me on that one. I know it's in there. But just register today. Space is limited for the live. And of course, the Shamanic Healing Academy. This is for otherworldly mystics, mages, intuitives, medicine peoples. It's a village, and sometimes we do need an off-grid nomadic village. And I'm really adding some amazing people to the brew here, some guest artists to just be a part of the academy, people that have a different transmission themselves, light language, online sweat lodges, just different perspectives and intuitives that are out there. And the Elemental Highway, this really does give insight into the elemental foundation for our day, the 4 pillars that we came into, that we arrived with on planet Earth. It's kind of it's a great tool that we all can utilize for ourselves or for others to really map out our personal elemental choreography. It's an amazing tool to assist you, to guide you if you're really called into this realm, the world of energy healing. I call it artists of energy medicine or an energy medicine practitioner. I do have an online offering. It's just a cute snippet called The Evening of Elemental Energy. If you're new to this kind of work, this kind of magic, it's about light and sound and vibration. Colored light therapy. I work with chromotherapy, not LED light, total different thing there. But it really assists with healing. And I do believe energy is the medicine of the future. I think we're going to head into this transmission this year. We have been anyway. But just adding energy medicine to your practice through the realms of the elementals, using the skin as the conduit and the body. I see this as feng shui for the body, energetically, just reading the language of the body through the elementals. It's its own choreography. It should be an offering all its own just around the elementals. But today, being that it's a Wizardry Wednesday, I kind of like the Wedame, which are the beings, the fierce protectors of the wild on the other side. But on the Elemental Highway today, the Rising of the Origins, day 1 of the Immersion was yesterday. And we do have day 2 tomorrow at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. I did have a little hiccup in the scheduling. I've had a lot happening. I can't believe it. And again, as a bonus, this Saturday, the Yin Water Rabbit Year is going to happen. So if you haven't registered, please do so today. But being that we're in the in-betweens, the Chinese New Year takes firm hold on the 4th of February. So literally we're in these in-between stages of this transition, this transformation, Earth to the new year. We still kind of have the water tiger on the year, which is a metaphor of spring is in the pine forest, being mature quite early, being, I would say, an old soul, really, being firmly determined, imaginative. So in your mind's eye, just feel into the frequency of the water rabbit, which we'll go over on Saturday, but just tidying up any loose ends of the tiger. The tiger is still kind of scratching away what no longer is serving us, getting us in the flow. And I feel for myself, this transformation, like no one is going to recognize the shift unless you are not awake, or maybe you're unaware of what's transitioning. But today, what's fascinating, which I love it. I love it all. We do have a Yin Water Goat of a day. The greatest of all time is the goat. The goat or a sheep, you decide. But the goat and the ox, they oppose each other. So they're releasing what's hidden and what's in storage there. So we've got all of the elements kind of down there. And our day is guided by all the earth. The earth energy it's both warm and it's both wet. So we've got a dry earth and we got a wet earth, which is great. Makes the magic of the center earth, okay? So we're in the flow. We have a great friend right next to us, somebody who's bringing us peace, being in the flow, the conversation, it's getting in the flow, moving forward. Where the yang water on the year, that's an energy of force, going or pushing against us. It's not going to feel real great, but water is losing steam or energy because we're entering into the new year, not just the Chinese New Year, but we're moving out of winter and heading into spring. So water kind of loses steam in the ox season. But the tiger is the birth of fire, and the goat is the direction of the fire, the south. So we've got some stuff happening. The ox is actually the north direction, water. So water is kind of in the flow, even though the earth is really wet. It's getting some guidance. And we do have some heat, some warmth to our day with the yang and the yin fire. But I would go to nature and plant a seed. It's like, what is it that you would really like to transform in your reality, and go plant that seed? It might be a thought, an affirmation. It could be something physical. Maybe you want better health. So go plant the seed to upcycle your health quotient. But metal's also an opportunity. We've got a lot of yin energy. So this tells me it's about going inward, an inward journey where we go inside. And it really goes with the energy of the planets, even to voice inside of us the metal, the mineral, the inner world committee, if you will. So journaling, breath work, taking a pause. And today I'm actually going to go back to a divination, just like yesterday, Cowrie shell divination. This was actually brought to the West by Elder Melodoma Somé. I've been a student of his, practicing holistic Sha medium. He came in on my dreamscape for many times before he landed in Utah here. But the shells, what do the shells have to say on a day like today? And just to pull that up, because I'm yapping, you probably can't see this as galactic as it should. I should maybe change my system here. But in divination, we always go to the fires. We are birthed from the fires, the ancestors. So it's like, what's happening with the ancestor realm, the other world, the dreamscape, the landscape. So I do see the ancestors are there. They are in their realm. So are the otherworldly beings, the unseen beings, the Candomblé that actually brought divination to Burkina Faso, Dano, the Dagara tribe. But we also have what's called our spiritual acumen, which is activated. This is the voice of spirit, the divine, the universe trying to speak to us. But our ancestors, they're closer. These are the closer ancestors, like maybe your parents, your grandparents, somebody closer to you. It could be a friend even that recently transitioned. It's like, are we trying not to communicate to them? So it's about looking with a higher perspective to see what the panoramic view is, that conversation, and waking up to a new way of wisdom, a new foundation, even a new home. And the clarity comes from when we invoke the other world, we light up. It's these angelic messages, if you will. It could be a being from the other world. It could be your animal totem. There's so many options really on those conversations. I don't want to slim you down. I want you to open it up. But this is a peaceful transformation, or a conduit, conversation that really happens when we become clear about something, getting clarity. So when we do that, then we're leading. This is as if we've become the big CEO of who we are, and we're activating that platform again that was there yesterday, the platform of power, like owning our power, identifying even what that power may be. Relationships are changing, they're activated with some ferocity or some fiercity. Community, being in community, is also a gateway to bring in peace. So you may feel or identify today as somebody who belongs, shedding some skin. You're shifting, you're being seen as a person of change and transformation. But the adversity is in the invocation, using our words, using our voice. So it's not a time to be sitting in silence. The other world, the nature beings, they're all there. They're devoted to assist us in this sophistication, this transition of actually using our voice with authenticity. But water, we have an abundance in the 4 pillars. We are using our authentic voice, streaming that, being a conduit in such a way that we are able to reconcile the adversity. So it's time for a new way of being, a new way of how one identifies and belongs. What do you identify with? Identify as a person that is clear and peaceful, always integrity. But water, it's a day to go to the water spirits, the nature beings, the beings of nature. Do an offering, plant a seed, go to a tree, whatever speaks to you, but be in the flow. Speak and invoke your words, and see things with a new set of eyes and understanding and learning the voice. So healing happens at the waterways, if you will. It's about moving water to get us in the flow. So if you are being loveless with the voice inside yourselves, those inner conversations today or any other day, that voice needs to be heard. It needs to be listened to. It needs to be soothed. It's the spirit. Spirit is invoking through the voice. The moon's in Pisces, so that even accents it even more. So we're integrating a loving, devoted point of view today. So if you are able to observe your thoughts as they're floating on by like the clouds during the day, allow them to float on by, floating in the waters even, rewrite them in the moment, and then reflect like water through the core channel of our heart space, the fires. What do they have to say? What's in the heart's perspective? Just forcing ourselves to stop and rewriting those words, the conversation provides alternative of how we can speak our mind, or how our mind's been programmed by the past waterways, if you will. So if you're uncertain about the voice of your heart, simply rewriting those thoughts in ways that are actually more loving to yourself, more in authenticity to your being, your essence, the star you are, and our relationship with nature, that is fiercely protecting our soul story. So just see where you have been, move forward, foot forward, futuring. Thoughts should be thought-provoking and also thought-loving. So it's time to excel into those thinking patterns, get into the positive network looping, be optimistic with that voice inside. The universe is moving us from one space to another space. You may even get a transmission from an ancestor, somebody who's transitioned to the other side. That's kind of the speaking voice that's on the highway today. You might feel it in your body, emotions, but I would affirm that I am listening to my higher operative voice, even a higher operator, if you will. Remember when we used to have to plug things into the operator, old school, that sees me. Here's my silent wisdom. Here's my prayers, my invocations. So with that, I say Ashe, blessings. We do have hiccups for a reason, but be sure to join me for the immersion. It is not too late. We have only just begun. The replay from yesterday's portal is on the highway. So with that, happy listening, and make it a fantastic day. Shifting your voice. Use different words. Sorry, I shouldn't move so much. Sometimes I'm hands speak. Anyway, Ashe, blessings. Thanks for tuning in as always.
I believe some of us do, right? Still hold that amazing belief. It's still a belief, not that beliefs are wrong, but it's not a belief that's coming from the heart. It's more like we know it's true, but we haven't fully, right, embodied it. The belief that everything happens for a reason, right? Everything is in service. That's great. But when you really know it, right? You reveal that truth. You don't learn it. You reveal, oh, everything really did happen for that reason, for the reason of me vibrating at this frequency now and being so embodied in it. And like you said, it's like you're starting to feel that light that's always been there, because in you revealing it, you have activated in this plane. In you at that point have quite literally transformed every single other light in this world. Right? It's like you and you can see it in nature, right? There are flowers that will open. One will open, the other one will feel the frequency of one opening and it will join it. They're not doing it, from a place of me too, right? It's literally, oh, it's time.